Hello and welcome to another episode of On the Floor with Wayne and Rob. I'm Wayne Highlander, National Sales Manager at Bona Adhesives.
And I'm Rob Johnson from Bona Training.
Rob, you see the shirt I got on right now? Honest to God, you see there's black inside the collar?
Yeah.
5 minutes ago, my wife took a Sharpie I got adhesive right here. I took it out of the dryer or whatever, and there's adhesive on here, and she took a Sharpie and went over it for me.
I love that woman. I love that woman.
Pretty
I
cool.
had a Bona sweatshirt that I loved, dark blue sweatshirt, but it wasn't really dark blue, like a royal blue, right? And I got bleach on it, chlorine from the pool.
Yeah.
So it made some spots, and I'm like, I can't believe I ruined my favorite sweatshirt. So I got a blue Sharpie, and I colored in the spots.
Nice. It worked?
Oh, no, not even close, right? Not even close. And I tried it again. I used some black, and I just kept trying that Sharpie thing, right? I didn't throw it away. I still have it. I love that shirt.
Nice.
But whenever I put it on, Pauline goes, "You really can't see those spots. That looks great." All the kids, everybody is in on this joke that, Dad, you are amazing. That is unbelievable. You really did a great job clearing that up.
All right.
So, you're not on the road this week. You're home.
Well, before you get started, I have to say this. Let me say this. Our episode today, after our episode today, what I'm hoping is that you never think of adhesives the same way again. Okay, that's what's going to be the topic of our episode today.
You will never think of adhesives like this again.
But you just have to say real quick, when you mentioned about the bleach on the shirt, when I was a kid living in Kentucky, my mom and my brothers all went to California. I was the only one left at home. They were going out there to explore if it was worthy enough for the Highlanders to move there, like the freaking Beverly Hillbillies. But anyhow, I was at home because I had football practice. So my grandmother did all my laundry, right? I was gone, and I walked up to her house to pick up my laundry, and all the laundry's hanging on the backyard, right? With clothespins. Every single article of clothing I own has got bleach spots all over it. Everything. There's bleach on everything, like massive bleach spots, and everything. And I said, "Mamo, what happened?" She goes, "Well, honey, I don't know." And I thought it was like she was going to keep going on explaining what happened, but that was it. That was it.
That was it. Don't really know. Don't know.
Mamo did me raw. You asked if I'm on the road. I was on the road, and I got home last night. So I was on the road for a few days, and I have to tell you, I stayed in a hotel, and when I checked into the hotel, there was a nice older lady behind the counter, right? And she asked me if she goes, "Oh, you're a diamond member." I go, "Yeah." She goes, "One key or two?" I said, "No, one key is fine." She goes, "I can tell you're a professional traveler, aren't you?" And just for that moment, I was feeling pretty good about myself. I never looked at myself in that light, Rob, professional traveler. So she went on to talk about, people that don't, go to hotels very often, a lot of times, just venting about different things, losing their keys and all this other kind of stuff. Right. But not me. I'm a professional traveler. Right.
Professional.
It was about 9:00 at night. So I go up to the hotel room, and I was tired. I had to do a couple emails, and I took a shower, and I was going to brush my teeth and go to bed. I realized I don't have a toothbrush. I left my toothbrush at home, right?
Mr. Professional Traveler.
So that all hotels has a cheap throwaway that you can go down there and go, "Hey, I've got my toothbrush. Can I get one?" And they, no problem, they give you one, right? But I can't now. I can't go down to that lady now and ask for a toothbrush.
Yeah, because you're the professional traveler.
Yeah, she put me in this light that I was like, professional. So I can't go back there now. And as I walked down there, I was walking out the door, and it started sprinkling, right? And she goes, "Oh, it's starting to rain. I don't know if you got a rain jacket or not," like that. I go, "No, I like a brisk walk in the rain, So then like I'm prepared, right? She goes, "We have an umbrella here if you need it." I go, "No, I'm good. I'm just going to head over there." I said, from a distance, I can see like there's a convenience store or a gas station or some kind of thing that I'm going to get my toothbrush from there because I can't ask her now. You know what I mean? So off I go, and it starts raining. Now it starts pouring from the heavens as I'm walking there, right? Like my shoes are soaking wet. I'm tramping across a field to get to this place to get a toothbrush. Okay. On the way back, I can't be any more wet. I'm drowning, right? But I can't use the front door. You know what I mean? Because I already, in her eyes, I'm a professional, and I can't now. I just can't walk past her like a loser like this. So I have to go all the way around the back end of the hotel where they have a key to get in the back, get up to my room. Well, it should have took like 8 minutes, Rob. Took me like 47 minutes. By the time I trumped back there and back and got out of the wet clothes and the whole 9 yards. So if she had minded her own business,
all of this,
say
just
thanks.
so that woman, you knew that woman would go home that night, driving home from work thinking, boy, did I really run into a professional traveler today. I don't run into these professional travelers every day at my job.
Absolutely. Yeah.
So, boy, so you really did it all for her.
It was for my for me. It was for me. Yeah. But you know what? If she would have minded her own business and not put that kind of pressure on me, we wouldn't have had that problem. I've been waiting to talk to you all week. And I almost don't want to go into this, but it's been bugging the hell out of me. And I hope people listen to me. I hope I'm not gonna make people mad. I mean, people that I know. I'm talking about people that I know. I hope that hopefully they don't listen to me, the podcast. This has been bugging me, and I have to ask you about it because you would know. But I think you're almost a bad person to ask about it, but I'm going to ask anyhow. First of all, have you ever been at odds with the whole world on something and know that you damn well that you're right? Like you're against everything. The whole stream is going one way and you're going the other, and you know you're right.
Yeah. Yes.
Okay.
Yes, absolutely.
I have to ask you this, and it's been bugging the hell out of me, and I don't know what's going on with the world. And I hope I don't make people mad. And we may even have to cut this out. I don't know, man. What is going on with kids' birthday parties, Rob? Listen, why does a 1-year-old get a birthday party? You're 1 year old. You know what I mean?
All right. Wait. I know exactly where you're going. Okay. I've been there. I know exactly where you're going. Okay. But the 1-year-old, that's a big thing. That's his first one. Okay. But the fun part of the 1-year-old birthday party is to have him just sitting there and put the cake in front of him, and he just manhandles the cake. I know that might turn you off,
I
but
gotta
it's
go.
pretty funny to see him just grabbing, or her just grabbing handfuls of cake and shoving it in and smiling and everything, and everybody laughing. That's the only part, buying gifts for these kids and stuff like that, but that is my favorite part of a 1-year-old's birthday party, where they just destroy the cake. Just rip it up. The whole cake, too. Don't just give him a slice or her a slice.
What, everybody's cake? The cake that everybody's going to eat?
The whole cake gets set right in front of them. And then you can cut out around it. Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
All right. Listen, man. I'm lost for words, Rob. Now I could see so if the argument was this, like this is the only argument. The argument is you got a new child or whatever, and you've gone through a whole year with this. This is like the anniversary of the whole year of bringing a kid in the world, and
yes,
you've gone through that struggle and everything. Yes, 100%. I get that.
Okay.
But there should be no presents. Maybe presents for the parents or whatever, but there's no presents for the kid. I'm seeing Rob lavish. I'm seeing kids registering. You know what I mean? For what presents to buy. I don't think you should have a birthday party until you're like 5 years old. And I'm right. Listen, I was at a party not too long ago.
He's right.
And at some point during the party, I ended up next to the kid. And he's like, he's 2 years old. And I look at this kid and I think, you don't deserve this. As a matter of fact, I can make a pretty good argument that I deserve this more than you do. You know what I mean?
Okay.
done
Yeah.
nothing, and you're sitting on a pile of presents. I mean, it's almost a sin to me. What about the
Okay.
poor kid? You know what I mean? What about all give the kid money for his education or something, or her education, or no gifts. You don't give gifts until you're 5 years old.
Wow, man, you're tough. You're very tough.
I know I've never had kids. Okay, I acknowledge that, but I can't. I have a hard time with this, Rob.
Once again, you and I are point counterpoint. I was agreeing with you if you were going down the road that I wanted to go down with the kids' birthday parties. Small family gatherings, up to you're 5 years old. Just, easy.
Yeah.
Okay. Just easy stuff. There's nothing better than, going out and spending 15 to 20 bucks on a 3 or 4 year old. You know what I mean? It's 15 Hot Wheels. You've never seen people happier. You know what I mean? It's simple. Keep it simple. Have a lot of fun. They only get to do the cake crush one time. That's when you're 1 year old. But Emily, her neighbors had a party for a 3-year-old. And you would have thought the Ringling Brothers was in town. They had a petting zoo. They had the bounce house. They had it was unbelievable what they had for a 3-year-old. So he doesn't even have any kids or friends or anything from school, right? They have, God knows what they spent. And, I'm the cheapest person in the world. But my deal now, I love that idea. But where do you go from there?
That's what I'm saying. Exactly.
Where do you take it from there? I mean, you got to give this kid a ride. By the time he's 15, you got to give him a ride on the space shuttle or something.
Yeah.
If he's going to have, if you're starting at 3 years old with bounce houses, petting zoos, bring the petting zoo to you type of a thing.
Yeah.
That was crazy. Crazy, I thought.
I woke up at like 5:30 in the morning the other morning, and I was sitting there, and it's the first thing I thought of. And then I got my phone and I Googled it, thinking like, I can't be the only guy that feels this way. And everybody was against me. Everybody was, everything I read by everybody said the like exact opposite. So I don't know. Anyhow.
Oh, you come on, man. You attack kids. You were attacking kids, man.
I mean, it wasn't a chat room. It's like I Googled it and I just reading what people say about it. But anyhow.
No, so it's not that I completely disagree with you. I mean, I do disagree with, presents and a little bit of cake. That's okay. I thought you were going to go the route of the Ringling Brothers coming to town and setting up in your backyard.
I'm okay with a cake, but I'm not okay with like lavish amounts of presents, like 50 people in there giving the kid presents. I think it's I don't know, man. I think it's a sin. What about, there's a lot of poor kids that ain't got nothing, man. I mean, this kid, you don't need all these presents.
Yeah.
I know that's probably me, but
you're going to get some mail on this one.
I guess I can go forward with the podcast.
You're going to get some mail on this one, brother.
Well, that's the way I see it. So adhesives, Rob, I want to talk about this because I think I want maybe people to look at adhesives in a different light. When you bid jobs as a contractor and you're using Traffic HD on a job, you're always going to be talking about that product, right? You're going to sell it to the homeowner. You're not just saying, oh, we provide the finish, because you've got a premium product. And I think with the Bona adhesives, and I'm going to read this to you. But first of all, it's the only GREENGUARD Gold adhesive, first and only in the entire industry. All right. And that certificate is, I'm going to read this to you right here.
So this is not just GREENGUARD certified. This is GREENGUARD Gold. This is the next level.
That's my point.
The next level, baby.
It should not be confused. So GREENGUARD Gold products emit lower VOCs than standard GREENGUARD products. In 2005, this certification was developed as the GREENGUARD And you think, so you think I don't like kids, but here we go. It was developed as a GREENGUARD Children and Schools Certificate Program, certifying products for daycares, schools, and hospitals. In 2011, the name was changed to GREENGUARD Gold to appeal to a broader audience. Okay, so you've got children crawling around the floors, and you know how much I love kids, and dogs are
Except for their birthdays. I think you like your cats more than kids.
my cats right now are driving me nuts. In fact, I like our stray cats better than I like our own cats.
Do you have birthday parties for them or no parties? No parties.
No.
I can just see your birthday party. You, all your cats wearing little birthday party hats.
My first birthday was when I was 12 years old, I think, in Ireland with kids that I didn't know. My mom invited a bunch of kids. We just moved there. My mom invited a bunch of kids to the house because I said, Mom, I never had a birthday party. She goes, all right, we'll invite some kids. I think she invited like 8 kids from the neighborhood. I didn't know them. They didn't know me. So they all come in and we're standing there. I'm staring at the cake and Mom's cutting the cake and I'm counting the kids and counting the slices. All right. And I'm like, what are we doing here? Why are we sharing with these knuckleheads? I don't know these guys. So anyhow.
Did you get a slice?
I did, yeah. Yeah, so I'm sizing guys up.
You're the guy from Office Space. Did you see that movie, Office Space?
I saw the movie, yeah, but I don't remember what guy that.
The guy who was the stapler guy.
Oh yeah, I love that dude. Yeah,
that guy was awesome.
Yeah, I burned the building down.
Milton? I think his name was Milton.
I can't remember.
Anyways, he was doing a Wayne Highlander. He was watching him cut the cake. He went to grab the first piece, and they're like, "No, wait your turn."
Oh, I don't remember that. All right, pretty funny.
Of course, everybody in the office got a slice except for him. Well, you got a slice of your own cake.
I did. I absolutely did.
Well, that's good.
Yes. So, that being said, so here's the thing. I mean, you need to differentiate yourself from everybody else. You likely use traffic as one way of doing that, traffic HD, right? Because it sets you aside. It's the best finish in the business. And so when it comes to adhesives also, you know, and especially I tell us to retail store owners, you know, you've got a 5-inch plank on the wall. And sometimes I'll go to a retail store and I'll do a Google search. There's like 12 in a 5-mile area, plus 3 big box stores. To add a more of a boutique custom feel to your client's experience, if you say, look, we use the only GREENGUARD Gold certified adhesive in the industry, safe for children, schools, and hospitals, that because we care about your environment so much that this is what we offer. You know, people are more aware of their environment more than ever before with the COVID and things going on. We're in our homes longer than we ever have been in the past. And so I just think it's a great selling point. And here's the thing. I think what people do a lot of times, not everybody, of course, sometimes they'll say like, okay, you got 1,000 square feet of flooring. You're going to need, say, 14 cartons of wood. You're going to need 7 pills of adhesive. And the cost of the adhesive is this, the cost of everything. Here's the cost. So they're charging for the adhesive, but they're not selling the adhesive, right? I think if
let me interrupt you. They're not upselling the adhesive.
Yeah.
And that's, as soon as you said to me when we talked today, how you wanted to do the show, I was like, oh my God, how did we not talk about this before? Because I mean, I spend my life in these schools trying to get guys. I mean, you got really one shot on making the money. That's the estimate, right?
Yep. So
as many things as you can do on that estimate to get your high, you know, why would I go with this guy who's $3 higher than the other guy?
Yeah.
Well, now if I wrote down, you know, the line items, traffic HD, no charge, GREENGUARD certified, GREENGUARD Gold.
Yeah.
We tell everybody, right? The traffic HD is that higher GREENGUARD standard, just like your adhesive.
Yeah,
Tell everybody, all these line items, traffic HD, no charge.
yeah. Well, and
Anti-slip, no charge. Now, using that as a line item,
yeah,
R851, GREENGUARD certified gold, no charge. Now that you can differentiate why. Well, why is that guy $3 higher? Well, look at what we're getting. You
yeah.
know what I mean? Look at all the products that they're using.
If you're using that type of product, I think to let your clients know that here's I mean that's a very you're adding quality to the job, and here's the reason why we use it. By the way, I mean is I think a huge selling point. And so if you're just saying you need 7 pails of adhesive because it's X amount of square feet or whatever, but now you're explaining, listen, I want to talk to you about the adhesive because there are a lot of products out there that emit a lot of nasty stuff for a long time, well after the job is done. And we care about our clients' environment so much that we offer this product. So, as I've said before, flooring accounts for usually more surface area in that entire house except the walls. And the adults and the children and our pets, we play on them, we sit on them, we walk on them, we breathe everything that they emit. So since flooring may take up thousands of square feet of, there's large quantities of raw materials and all their associated environmental impacts got to be considered. So, like I said, if you were to say, you know what, we sell 5-inch plank floors, it's, and I'm in retail stores all the time. You guys are, everybody in the business is. And even for us, after a while, you walk in one retail store, you look at all the samples, after a while, they start looking pretty much the same. I mean, yes, they're obviously better quality than others. But if you put yourself in a consumer's eyes, you walk in a retail store, you see thousands of floors. You go into another one, you see thousands of floors. You pick up a piece of 5-inch plank or 8-inch plank, you look at it, it's a brown type of color. It's got some kind of finish on it. Maybe it's wire scraped or wire brushed or whatever. But if you were to say, you know what, we only offer Bona GREENGUARD Gold certified adhesive because we care so much about our clients' indoor air quality, then it's a way of setting yourself apart. You can't get this at a big box store. And somebody else is maybe offering a urethane adhesive. And so I think it makes sense.
It makes complete sense. I really can't start to pushing this in the schools because it is part of the chemical process, right? It's the chemical thing, and people are, everybody's paranoid about chemical, and today's customer wants that green. They want the environmental stuff. They want green stuff. Man, this is just a perfect avenue to go down. But I think too, and I know people call me greedy on the show. We've had a lot of emails saying I'm greedy, but man, this is just another great upsell opportunity. No other adhesive has it in the world. Why wouldn't you be making an extra 50 cents to $1 a square foot in your pocket?
I think you certainly have to explain to the clients why you're using it, right? I mean, it's almost a disservice if you don't to yourself. I mean, when changes in technology that improve the quality of products and add to the quality of life, it is sort of our responsibility to provide it to our customers, right?
Right.
This is just not a me too. Here's what we're using, and you've separated yourself, and it's hard to separate yourself and differentiate yourself different from somebody else. But if you're using something that's a first and only in the industry, and it's hitting right where we live today, I mean, it's really what I mean. You look at the average consumer today, college educated, is concerned about the environment. We've done research and studies that is a big, sustainability is a big driving factor for a lot of products that we use. So offering that is just one other way, just like the low VOC and using traffic HD and using dust containment. You know what I mean? Even if it's just for your vacuum, or excuse me, even if it's just for your edger, you know what I mean? All these things add value to the job. So no, man. And also, if you look at the price per square foot of the product, I think it checks off all the boxes, Rob. It checks off all the boxes for the consumer because it's just that, right? It's environmentally friendly. It's the safe for children, schools, and hospitals. It's zero VOCs. It checks off all the boxes for the installer because it spreads nice and nice. It's easy to spread. It's got great green grab. It's all the things you want. It does not etch the boards. I was at a job the other day. I was looking at, I think I told you about this a couple weeks ago. It wasn't one of ours. It was a urethane floor. It's like 1,500 square feet. I was talking to the retailer. He goes, Wayne, I think it took us longer to deal with the 5 boards that we had to replace than to do the 1,500 square feet. He goes, by the time I had to go out there and look at it, try to fix the spots that we left adhesive on, it was a bust. End up having to replace the boards, go back, reschedule, deal with the homeowner. We got as much time in the repair as we did in the whole 1,500 square feet of flooring. So it checks off the boxes for that guy. There's no wasted pails. You can use half a pail, put it in your van, come back a month later. There's almost no skin over. You go right back to work. We talk about the success of this product. I couldn't be more proud of it, Rob. And I came along at the right time at Bona, and it's a kick-ass product, man.
Well, when we started the show, you said you'll never look at adhesives the same way again. And man, you got me. I mean, never. And as you were going through all those things, right? Like the elongation, the tensile strength, all those great numbers that we have. I mean, it's amazing, right? Nothing beats this stuff. Unbelievable.
Yeah.
Doesn't etch the surface. None of that really matters to a homeowner.
Yeah.
Right? None of those numbers mean jack to a homeowner.
Yep.
But now I got something to go in there. Hey, man, even our adhesives.
Yeah.
Even the adhesives, the thing that's going to be here forever. They may sand off what's going on top and put something else on, but the one thing that's going to be here as long as that wood is here is that adhesive.
Yep.
And now we're giving you the safest product in the world to use on your floors. If you guys aren't, if you're using this adhesive and not pushing that and selling that whole GREENGUARD Gold certification and everything just on the adhesive that's going to be there as long as the floor.
Yeah,
man, that's just money in our pocket. You're right. I am never going to look at this. I can't wait to start really selling this stuff in the classes, in the schools. Just another money-making opportunity here on the estimate to drive it up.
And if you don't think it matters, you should be in with us with a group of designers and architects that you talk to them about this. That sustainability thing. I mean, it is driving it's going to change the way the business is. So you can already see it in America, and we're not far behind where other parts of the world about the sustainability. But you can see where we're headed. I think the government, and I'm not going to get into politics, but I think they put like $25 billion aside to turn government vehicles electric. You know what I mean? So, like I said, I'm not talking about we're going to politics, but it just shows you the direction.
Yeah, you're already in enough trouble from kids' birthday parties. I would stay away from politics and on this show.
Who likes me a lot though? Old women like me a lot. Old people like me a lot. That I do good with that group. That's my group.
Old women and cats.
Old women and I don't know, the cats gonna let anybody feeds them, but old folks. That's my demographics. Yeah, I do good with that people.
That's right in your wheelhouse.
Yeah, because they can't hear me probably half the time, or they don't know what the hell I'm talking about.
No, but I think this is just I'm really glad we did this episode because this was. I like it when we do episodes and even I get something out of it, or something I can use. And man, and you and I, we're old timers. And there's probably a lot of old timers out there, but it is one thing that I've really latched onto. And I see it with all the students, for the longest time, years and years ago, everything green. And, Bona's always been on the forefront of being green. I'm like, what a waste of time. Nobody really cares. I couldn't have been more wrong.
Well,
every student that comes to the class, when I start punching up the GREENGUARD and the GREENGUARD Gold and all the certification and how we get it and everything, man, they love the story. They can't wait to tell the story because their customers are looking for anything like that.
So, because we went through it, you and I, we're of that generation that, we heard it, whatever, it's been
Yeah.
around and nothing's
Yeah.
really going to change. I just took a drink of this bottled water. Can you see this bottled water? I don't know if you can see it or not. I just took a
There it
drink.
is. Yeah.
Just took a drink of this water. Do you remember the days when we said they're going to sell water in a bottle?
You're going to sell water?
Who's going to buy water?
I would never buy water. Yeah. No.
It's free. It comes out of the tap.
What? That could be the dumbest thing I've ever heard in my life. You're going to sell water
Yeah.
in a bottle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Oh,
now
yeah.
we've seen the evolution of the days where you know what, you don't need to be concerned about it, whatever. It's not, whether you do or not, your client is. And I think that man, it's just like I said, what I hope is people get out of this is what I've been talked to, and the genesis came from a retailer that I talked about, and it was like he goes, this is something we've been doing for a while now. We caught on to this, and our clients love it. It separates us from the big box stores. It separates us from the other guys, and it gives them like a boutique feel. And we made banners for them as a retail store. And I would tell people that take advantage of our literature. We've got great literature that speaks to this, just like we do with Traffic HD and other products that, you sometimes when you're bidding jobs, you can say, here, I want you to read this. This is important. It goes to the environment in your home. And so it's available.
You always say if you how you love talking about your numbers, how other companies won't really, you do your whole weightlifting thing, right? And all those numbers, how great our numbers are with tensile strength and elongation, all those numbers that you can't find on other guys' product brochures or anything. Nobody talks about it because their numbers are weak. Well, not only do you have the strongest numbers in the business, now you have the most green product in the business too.
Yeah. I mean, I believe we are probably, I'll just say this, we are extremely transparent with the numbers. We invite you to look at those things, the tensile strength, the shear strength, the elongation, all those type of things, how you measure an adhesive. The numbers are out there to see for everybody, but I think, and the numbers don't necessarily matter to an installer too. You know what I mean? Installers out there every day, humping every day, they want a product that's easy to work with, that they don't have problems and blah, blah, blah. And so, yes, while it has those features, I get that side of it. But for the business owner, that if you look at the moisture protection and those type of things, man, it's a great product.
Like you said, checks all the boxes: the owner, the laborer, and the homeowner.
Yeah. So do consider that. And if you have if you want to email me to give you some information on it, or if you want to, if you need some literature for it, certainly you can reach out to us. And but I'll say that I'm going to read this again. GREENGUARD Gold products emit lower VOCs than standard GREENGUARD products. In 2005, this certification was developed as the GREENGUARD Children in Schools Certification Program, certifying products for daycares, schools, and hospitals. So, I mean, that is about as like I said, it's leading the industry. So you very seldom in this industry get a chance to differentiate yourself. And this is a big one at a great time to have it. So this is the fastest moving product we've had since Traffic. You remember the days when Traffic came in, Rob? Were you a contractor then?
Yeah.
I will tell you, I've said it before, but holy smokes, there is nothing that I've ever come across in this industry that changed the game like that did. And I will tell you, I said this before, but since it was like 3 years ago, like we're over 200 episodes now. I'll tell you the story because I remember it. I could drive to that job today. It was a maple floor on a very cut up angle. It was for two Greek contractors that were brothers. Yeah, very, very super picky, probably the most picky contractors I ever worked with. Good guys. But I remember going to their job sometimes when I thought, you don't have a prayer. There was a front door one time, a big, huge front door that was beautiful. They walked in and they go, and I walk in, they go, what do you think of the door? I said, oh my God, it's beautiful. And then I come around and look back at it, there's like 30 Post-it notes on the floor, on the door. And the door is beautiful. The sheetrocker, he kicked off the job because he's taking a light and he's holding up the light and everything, and he's putting pencil marks on the floor. And I thought she looked fantastic.
Oh.
So you're next. I mean, you know what I mean? There's no room for nothing. And so when I It was a cut up job. The guys before me, it was can lights in the ceiling. That's swirl marks everywhere, and debris in the finish. And this is a cakewalk. I mean, the job looks bad, man. It's one of those ones you're going to look like a rock star. I came in there and I was coating it by myself and coming down this long hallway, bringing to other rooms. I'd never used traffic before. And it was a miserable job to coat by yourself. It was the end of the day. I probably should have waited. My lighting was bad. I was coming to the end and I got that sick feeling in my stomach. God strike me dead. I think I've standed over 3 jobs in my life. Okay. I'm not exaggerating. I don't think I've spent any more than that. I'm coming down there. I feel like I'm losing the job. I can't see good anymore. And I just feel like just things aren't going my way. And when I closed the door, I was discouraged, dejected. I thought it's not going to turn out. And I was devastated. I went the next day. Because that was my last day on the job. That was my last coat. I went to the distributor. I bought 3 more cases, thinking I'm gonna have to coat this floor over. Rob, when I opened that door and I looked at that floor, it was stunning. It was. I mean, it was stunning. There was 0 issues anywhere. And from that moment on, I was sold. I mean, and from that moment on, that was what we used. If we didn't have to use an occasional oil base here and there. But that was a game changer for me. And that really, is my eyes, changed the business. It really did. In fact, I don't think it can be debated. It changed the business when that product came out. So anyway, I remember it to this day.
Well, I never used it. I was not going to change. You remember our former company, right?
Yeah.
Well, that's what I was using.
Mm-hmm.
And for years I had used Pacific Strong. I was a big Pacific Strong guy. And then when they took that away, it hurt my feelings. And so I just stuck with our former company, and I'll never forget one day. I mean, it was probably, I don't know, 2001 or 2002, somewhere around there, where I was like, all right, I've heard enough about this. How good can this stuff really be? You know what I mean? This is just a lot of hype. And so we got a couple gallons, we played with it, and I was like, oh my God, this is going to be bad. This is going to be really bad. I just remember how easy it was to work with, but like you said, how when I came back the next day, I was like, you got to be kidding me.
Yeah.
I mean, that really is that really changed the whole industry, and everybody's been chasing us since.
Yeah. All right, Rob. So I appreciate it. Always good to see you. I do want to say we did the podcast the other day about the TikTok. After I explained to you that it wasn't tic-tac-toe, that was actually different. It was like an app thing. We had several people call in and that followed Josh Hansman and Jeff Sheaves, not Jeff Sheaves, but Aaron Sheaves. And so I owe you t-shirts. You sent me your email address. So I will send those t-shirts out to you. So I've got several to go through, quite a few to go through. So I will get that out to you very shortly. So, okay, that's it. Hey, listen, thanks for listening. We appreciate it. As always, we never take it for granted. And Rob and I, we get a kick out of this, doing this once a week. So thank you very much. And thank you for your business and your partnership. And hey, listen, this has been another episode of On the Floor with Wayne and Rob. Please stay tuned for another episode.